Thank you and welcome to the Prep Zone. I'm Rob Giampapa, joined as always by my partner John Moore. We're with Rebel Run Sports. We're joined today by the Mount Vernon legend, Josh McGrigg over here. How you doing?
Good.
Excellent. Well, let's talk about it. This year, football season, you played running back, you played quarterback.
Yes, sir.
You played receiver.
Yes, sir.
Played kick returner, punt returner. I even saw you in a game play quarterback.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite position?
Favorite position, I would have to say, it's kind of weird, but I actually kind of say quarterback. Because with him putting me back there, it actually let me do a little bit more than being that receiver, because you're already starting off at the line, you know what I'm saying? So it limits you to, you got to get off the line and run a route or something like that. But actually putting me in the backfield and letting me make some kind of decisions like that made me really a better player and a smarter player. So about what I do, so it was great.
Josh, talk about your senior season. Kind of take us from the beginning
of
the season, where your expectations were there, and then how the season kind of played out.
Okay. Well, definitely I came in during 2 days with my hair right, making sure everybody had their hair right, you know what I'm saying, coming in. I wanted to make sure that everybody was ready to put their all in the season, because we're coming off an 0-10 season, so we have to come in knowing everybody's going to want to beat Mount Vernon, everybody's going to do that.
Right.
But we have to be willing to put the work in at the beginning of the season to do what we want during the season, you know. So I just came in basically telling them, hey, the work starts here during the summer when we're getting the work in, so we can do what we want to do during the season. And so going into the season, it was good. You know, we started off winning the game. Actually, the first opener we won for that coach, so that was a big goal for us. And you know, during the season, we had people to come in off the team, come in and off. So I mean, the main thing was just helping everybody keep their mind, keep focused, keep working hard, no matter the circumstances, no matter what you go through on Friday night, win, lose, you still got to get back up on Saturday and make sure you put in that same work at the end as if you won a game. So that's what I just told them. And at the end of the season, I mean, it was really just a coast out, you know, making sure I was being a smart player, not getting injured, nothing like that, being smart about what I do. So, and that's really it.
Well, obviously you're a leader. You
Yes,
brought
sir.
that leadership in there at the beginning of the season. Where does that leadership come from?
The leadership basically come from, you know, it basically comes a lot from my dad, you know, seeing him in the Army as a hiring person in the Army, seeing him how he leads his soldiers and stuff like that. You know, I go to him a lot about stuff that I don't know about as being a leader, so I can go to him and say, hey, Dad, you know, how do I handle this situation on the football team? How do I do this? How can I handle this the best way I can? You know what I'm saying? By not really, you know what I'm saying, hurting nobody, you know what I'm saying, too bad to a point where they can't come back up. So it really, a lot comes from my dad, you know. So,
What kind of run, as a running back, what kind of run do you enjoy more? Is it the 20 yards where you broke 4 tackles going up the middle, or is it 60 yards where you just turned the corner and outran everybody?
I would say a lot of the times I was surprised on those turning the corners and just getting it, because that's really what I practiced all summer, is getting the ball and turning upfield. And once I got to running back, it actually translated over. So once I got the ball, all I knew was, hey, one cut and just get out, you know. So that was the best runs for me, because I was actually surprising myself, like, dang, dude, it's paying off now, and let's get to work.
I should have worked on that.
No. What do you mean you were surprised? You run a 4.35. How are you surprised when you hit the corner and pass people?
Really, it's because, you know, once you work so hard at something and you finally see it pays off, it's like, wow, you know, I'm really getting better. You know, it's good. It's one thing to work hard, but it's another thing to work hard and see results, you know. So a lot of people can say, hey, I'm working hard, but if it's not showing on the field, if it's not paying off, then are you really working hard, you know? So that's really what I just asked myself. Hey, I know you're working hard, but is it paying off? Are you really applying it like you should be? So that's really how it'd be surprising. I'd be like, hey, it's paying off. Let's do some more, baby.
All right.
Are you going to Villanova? They just
Yes, sir.
won a national championship in men's basketball.
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a lot of buzz around the sports programs in general. So a lot of excitement around the football. What do you bring to Villanova? What are they excited about?
The main thing about me bringing to Villanova is my speed, you know, my leadership, of course, you know, because Villanova has a high education reputation. So me going in there is basically saying that, hey, you have the grades, you know what I'm saying? So you have a certain standard that you have to live up to, leadership-wise, education-wise, and on the field-wise. So basically me going in there is bringing to them another leader of the team that they can count on in the future and even now, because I want to go in there and be, hey, count on me to make the team better, you know? So that's how I'm going in.
Now, during the year, you and I talked, and through the recruiting process. What was that recruiting process like for you?
Well, the recruiting process was actually kind of on and off at times. You know, it would be times where it'd be we would have a couple coaches come in a week, and there would be other times where I haven't heard from coaches in a minute. So basically, I worked hard to get a high ACT score, you know, around December-wise, where any coach could come in and I could already be qualified, and they could say, hey, we want to do this with you, we want to do that with you. So it was basically just working hard to get my ACT score right, and then, hey, it was going to all shoot up from there.
And why Villanova?
Well, why Villanova is because the education there, you know, a lot of FBS schools, they can offer me this and offer me that, but hey, what education are you offering me? I want to major in business, so hey, why not go to the #1 business school in the nation, you know? So that's how I looked at it. It really wasn't, at one point, it was, I had all these offers, now let's look at the education-wise. So for me, it was like, hey, they the #1 business school, so why not, if I want to major in business, so why not go to the #1 business school in the nation? So that was the main thing for me.
Well, you just answered my next question.
Wait, you're a grinder, you're constantly working.
Yes, sir.
No matter how well you're doing, you're constantly working. What motivates you to keep it up?
Really, what motivates me is the situation that was given to me coming in as a freshman. You know, our upperclassmen would say, hey, we're at Mount Vernon, we can't get here, we can't get there. So that, right when I came in, that automatically turned the switch on in my head, like, hey, I'm trying to be different. You know, I'm not trying to be like these seniors that's not actually leading the team and doing this and doing that and saying this and saying that. I want to come in and be like, hey, that dude right there, he put in the work. So I came in and I hit the grind real quick.
Perfect. Do you know what position you're going to be playing at Villanova?
Well, right now they're saying they're putting me at receiver and punt returner.
Okay.
Yep. So.
All right. And tell me, this season, who are some of the top players that you went against? Who are some players in the area that you enjoyed going against?
Some top players I enjoyed going against was, I would say, Dylan from South County. He's a real good player. DeAndre Clayton from South County. And as a team-wise, I would say going against Lake Braddock was great, because they're a real technical team. So, you know, they don't really have standout athletes. You know, they got some here and there, but as a team, they're a real good technical team. You can tell they have a real good staff over there just by playing them. So there's some good things about playing those teams.
Yeah.
Who are some of the pro players that you watch? You play a lot of different positions, so you kind of like the Desmond Howard or, you know, Cordell Stewart. And that's dating myself a little bit, but what kind of players do you watch and kind of pattern your game behind?
I actually look at a different variety of players. You know, I can look at what's his name, Calvin Ridley from Alabama, how he runs his routes, how he gets out his cuts. And also I can look at Tavon Austin, you know, a whole different side of the receiver, and look at him and how he maneuvers and get out of situations at times. So I really just take a lot of players and put them all in one and say, how can I better my game to be like that, you know? So that's what I do.
Well, he and DeAndre Clayton formed a backfield before they got to high school. I don't know how they ever lost a game if they did. Well, Josh, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
good
sir.
luck to you.
Thank you for joining us on the Prep Zone.
Yes, sir.
I'm Rob Giampapa, John Moore, Josh McGrigg. Thank you very much.